Hi guys, it's Megan again, and I'm outside. I'm outside on my porch. Well, it's porch, balcony, whatever this is called. My brother's not home. He's at work, and my mom is sleeping. But since I live in an apartment, I didn't want her to wake up and to be like, "Why are you talking to yourself for the camera?" Because she doesn't know I have a channel on YouTube. So I'm outside, and I apologize because it's windy, and there's downstairs there's an air conditioning thing, vent, whatever those things are called, and it's like really loud. So I apologize for that. So I'm probably gonna have to speak louder or project my voice more. So yeah. So last couple of videos, the last two videos that I made, I was talking about like dating. I was talking about dating or being in a relationship and suffering from depression and anxiety and just having a mental illness in general. So this video is probably gonna be talking about the same things. So the title of this video will be Navigating Self-Deprecating Thoughts While in a Romantic Relationship. So I wanted to talk about this because I feel like, I wanted to talk about it because I feel like it's important. And I don't know, I just feel like majority of the time, especially on Twitter, because I don't really leave my house that much, so I will see posts or I'll see things on Twitter, and normally the posts are talking about things like, oh, you know, if you have a mental illness or if you're going through things in your life, you shouldn't be dating or you shouldn't be thinking about having a partner, blah 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 blah. You know, and I see that every so often. I see it like maybe every few weeks, every few days, whatever. I see it consistently. So I just figured I should make a video about it and I should talk about it. And so basically, someone's outside. So basically, I've been suffering from depression basically my whole life. And now I have a partner, and I feel like, I don't want to say I feel like it's hard, but I feel like it's not easy because of things that I've been through, the things that I've been through in my past, things that I've been through in my, it feels weird being outside, I'm sorry, it's just like so loud, it's windy. Okay, never mind. So I've been depressed my whole life, and basically there's been my own issues that I've been dealing with, and you know, negative self-talk, all of that stuff, and then the few people that I do have in my life, like family members or like the tiny few friends that I do have, you know, I'm not really in an environment that I really want to be in. So, you know, now that I have a partner and he's like doting on me, I think that's the right word. Is that the right word? Admiring me, doting on me, I think that's the right word. You know, I like it, but at the same time, I guess it feels kind of weird because, like, I don't know, if you say for like 5-7 years, if you've had people around you say you're not good enough, why can't you do this right, you know, if you were like this, then maybe you would have a boyfriend, why aren't you in school, you know, everything you do is wrong. If you had somebody basically telling you for 7 years of your life that who you are as a person is shitty, who you are as a person is not good enough, and what's wrong with you, and why do you do this, and why do you act like this, and why do you know, all of that stuff. And then one day you meet somebody and this one person is not talking to you or treating you like how the other people were treating you in your life. You know, he's completely different, and it just feels, I don't know, it just feels, it's like don't know how to explain it, because like it's just different. Like you never experienced that before, you never felt that before. So it's like really, I would say for me, like it's really really hard. Because like he'll say stuff and I'm like, oh, I should believe that. Like, why shouldn't I believe that? But then the depression part of me is like, oh, but you're a loser, and why would anybody like you, and your life's like this, and you don't leave your house, and you talk to people online, and you're in your mid-20s, and you don't have this, and you do that, and you're basically on your days off from work, you're at home, and so I don't know, it's hard, but I feel like, I'm sorry, there's somebody talking outside, I already said that. I feel like it's, at the same time, I feel like it's like this new thing which I really really like, but then also at the same time it's extremely, I don't want to say it's weird, but it's like it's just different. Like it's different, and then every time I feel like I do this thing where, like, even before I had a boyfriend, I would, if I met somebody, I would self-sabotage. Because of how I would feel about myself or what I would think about myself. So then I would say, well, this guy really likes me. If I met somebody, like if I was younger and I met a guy and he liked me and we were hanging out and we were doing things together, and I would tell myself like, oh, but why does he like me? Why does he find me attractive? Why is he interested in me? And I guess because of those thoughts that I was having about myself, I would self-sabotage, or I would just do something that really wouldn't make any sense, and then he would stop talking to me, or we would stop talking to each other. But with this guy, I try to, like, even though, because I don't want to say it's good or bad, because I basically have had those thoughts, for like my whole life, because I've been depressed basically my whole life. Like even with the guy that I'm with now, like when he does say positive things or nice things about me, I just tell myself to relax and like take a deep breath and be like, okay, if he didn't like you this much, or if he didn't love you this much, then he wouldn't be with you, So like I try my best like not to question it, just because I haven't questioned it, which yes I have, but I try my best like not to. I try my best to stop questioning it and just be like, you know what, he says he loves me, okay. It's like, I try my best to like not think, but why or how and all of this stuff, because with my experience before with guys, when I would do that before, they would usually get annoyed, or they would start to think to themselves like, why is she asking me if I like her all the time, like, and I can see how that's annoying to someone, because if you're showing someone that you have feelings for them and the person keeps questioning you, I can see how that's annoying. But then for the person that's questioning, I can also see why that person would be doing it, because if you don't really believe something about yourself, or if you've had family members tell you that like you're basically nothing, and then you meet somebody and this person is like, but you are something, you really don't believe it, so you start to question it. So I can understand like both sides or both points, so I don't know, so I just wanted to say, like, I think everybody, I think I already said this in the last video that I made, but I feel like everybody should be given a chance. Well, everybody who wants to, because some people don't want boyfriends or girlfriends, some people don't want to be in relationships with people, some people just want to talk to everybody and do whatever they want, some people want to be single. So I feel like for people who want that, or who want to have that life, like they should be able to have it. Like for anybody who wants to be in a romantic relationship, like they should be able to have that, no matter if they're working, no matter if they are still living at home, no matter if they're neurotypical. And neurotypical means basically that you don't have any type of illness, like physical or mental, you're just like a regular person. You know, for people who have mental health problems, you know, because I feel like I'm so sick of seeing stuff on Twitter and hearing people say like, if your life isn't together, then you shouldn't be looking for a partner, or you shouldn't desire to have one. You know, if you're suffering from depression, or if you're suicidal, or whatever, you know, if your mental illnesses are like extremely severe, if they're extremely severe, or if or if your life is like, you know, I don't want to say falling apart, but if your life is not 100% together, then why are you looking for a relationship? Why are you looking for a partner? You know, what makes you think that you deserve this? And then I feel like, I just don't feel like that's nice. I need to find another word for nice. I sound like a child. I feel like that's not okay, and it's not cool, because, you know, I don't think a relationship, or finding that type of relationship, should be based on, you know, whether, you know, you're financially stable, or whether you are, you know, living on your own, or all of this stuff. Like, I know someone, and she's gonna be 27 in like a day, 2 days, and she's married with 2 kids, but she still lives at her mother's house. So it's like, and everybody who lives at home with their parents, they're not mooching off of them. Like, this woman, she's 26 like me, and she's married with kids, but she still lives at home, and they still live at home because they can't afford to live on their own. Like, I don't understand why people don't understand that. Like, it's literally people who are over 21 who still live at home. The only reason they still live at home is because they just can't afford to live on their own. That's the only difference, you know. It's like the day I decide to film outside, there's people outside. So, wow. Anyways, you know, yeah. So that's just what I wanted to say. Like, you know, I feel like that's not fair, and I feel like, I don't know. I'm sure nobody's gonna listen to me anyway. Because, you know, people are going to say that, and people are going to accept it, and blah, blah, because even the post that I see on Twitter about this, where people are like, oh, you know, if your life sucks, or if you're not like this, whatever, if you don't look like this, or that, why are you in a relationship? Why do you have a girlfriend? Why do you have a boyfriend? And then the sad part is, like, those tweets will get like 20,000 likes, 20,000 retweets. And it's like, people actually think like this. So if you're struggling in life, you shouldn't be in a relationship. I don't know, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know, that's really weird. I think it's weird. I think it's wrong. It's not nice. It's not cool, you know. Anyway, I just don't, like, I don't think that's fair. And even my mom has said it to me like a few times, because she's in the medical field. I'm not gonna tell you what she does, but she's in the medical field, and she works in a hospital. So this was like a few years ago. So she was like, oh, you know, she said she met this guy, and she was like, oh, the guy would have been perfect for me, but she said he only would have been perfect for me if my life was together. And it's like, you say that to your child? Like, I wasn't doing drugs, and there's nothing against people who do drugs or live that type of lifestyle, but it's like, I wasn't really in school. I wasn't looking for a job. No, I wasn't serious about looking for a job. I don't know, I was focused on like other stuff that wasn't really important. So because I wasn't in school, and because I wasn't doing certain things that society says you should be doing, this guy wouldn't have been perfect for me, because he was in school and I wasn't in school. But like, everybody doesn't go to school. School's not for everybody. So I don't understand. Like, this is not 1980 where if you're not in school, people are like, oh, what are you doing with your life? There are people making money off online who don't go to school. There are people making money off of YouTube who don't have college degrees. Like, I that doesn't make any sense to me. So it's like, it's stuff like that, you know, it's stuff like that. It's stuff that I see on Twitter. It's the stuff that I hear from my family members, my own parents, you know. And hey, you know, I'm 26. I don't. And for the people, the video that I made where I talked about how at Amazon, I was working at the Amazon warehouse. I no longer work there. So I'm 26, but I found another job though. I found another job like 5 weeks later, and I start on Monday. Yay, so that's exciting. But so I'm 26. I don't have a job. Well, I lost one job, but I got another one. But even if I didn't have a job, I still live at home. I don't really have a car to drive because my brother uses my car. When I was working at the warehouse, the days that I had off, I didn't really go anywhere. I'm a homebody. I have, you know, I have an STD. I have mental illness. You know, I have other stuff wrong with me. I'm quiet and I'm shy. I have all this stuff wrong with me. But somehow, out of nowhere, I would say other people will call it God. I don't call it God. I say it's the universe. Or I say it's just my own energy that I was putting out there. But somehow, some way, I met somebody that I really, really have strong feelings for. And I met this person at my job. And I guess the universe was like, ooh, look. I don't know. I don't know. I'm in a relationship with this person. You know, and I thought I would be at a different place in my life at 26. I thought I would be living in a different state. I didn't think I would have kids or be married because I don't have a desire to be a mother, and I don't see the purpose in getting married, especially at this age or in my 20s period, you know. But I thought I would be at a totally different place in my life. I thought I would be living on my own in a different state, or I would have some different type of, I thought I would have like actual grown-up job. But I'm still at home. I'm still in the same state that I grew up in, you know, that I was born in and grew up in. I don't have my own car. I don't have all these things, but somehow I met somebody. So I don't know. I just feel like those factors, when it comes to things like that, that doesn't really matter. That's not really important. I don't want to say it's not important. It is important because you have to be able to take care of yourself. You need money to buy yourself food and whatever, and have a place to stay and a car to drive. But I feel like in the long run, like, I feel like it doesn't matter where you are in life. Like, I feel like if you meet somebody, you just meet them. And I don't know why for some reason I don't know. Anyways. But I feel like if the universe feels like you should be in a relationship, I don't know. I just feel like it will happen. And I met this guy at my job, and it's not like, and we didn't even have the same schedules. I would see him maybe like one day out of my four-week schedule. So, but somehow, you know, and that's what I believe. Like, I believe if something is supposed to happen, it's just gonna happen. It doesn't matter what time, where you are, what you're doing. Like, if you're supposed to be somewhere, you're gonna be there. If something is supposed to be happening to you, it's gonna happen, you know. And all this time, like, I wanted a boyfriend, but I was like, okay, you know, if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I know for me, like, I never wrote a list or anything. I know some people write lists. I never wrote a list, but I would always have it in my head what type of guy I wanted or what type of partner I wanted. I don't only like guys. I'm pansexual, so I like everybody, no matter how they identify as a person. But I was like, if I'm supposed to meet somebody, then I will meet them. And I guess if I don't, then I just don't. You know, I feel like people put too much emphasis on you need to be like this, you need to have this, and if you don't have this, and all of this stuff. And I feel like I mean, yes, it makes sense as a grown up to like be able to take care of yourself, to be able to, you know, buy yourself things, to be able to, you know, have a clear head, and you should like yourself as a person, whatever, you know, have your own relationship with yourself. I feel like, yes, that's important, but I feel like for majority of people, that's really hard. That's really hard. It's extremely hard. And especially when you have grown up with parents who basically, and some people's parents, some people don't have a good relationship with their parents or their family. So to grow up with people who basically make you feel like crap, who, you know, don't, what's the word I'm looking for? For people, for your parents who don't support their kids, who don't make them feel good, who put them down, and you become, and then you grow up and you're in your mid-20s, you're in your late 20s, you have to learn, you have to unlearn everything that you've ever learned, and then you have to try to accept yourself as a person. It's really hard. Like, no, I shouldn't wait until I love myself to want a boyfriend. Why? What if the point where I finally love myself or accept myself or finally fall in love with myself is when I'm in my 50s? So I'm gonna wait until I'm middle age to actually start to go look for a boyfriend, or to say, okay, I finally accepted myself, I'm 55, now I can look for a boyfriend? That doesn't make any sense. If I want a boyfriend now, and even if I haven't accepted myself, even if I don't love myself at that point, or, you know, I'm still working on even liking myself as a person, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't want a boyfriend too. Like, that's not fair. I don't know. I don't know a lot, but I feel like that's just what I wanted to say. Like, I think it's not fair. I think it's not fair. I just don't think it's okay for people to say that, or even for people to put that on people. Like, I'm only gonna be with you, or I'm only going to date you if you're like this, or if you don't have these issues. If you do have these issues, I don't want you. And don't even get me started on like people with STDs or people who don't want people with STDs. That's just a whole another conversation, which doesn't make any sense. But anyway, because people act like people who have STDs are like, they act like they're forbidden and you can't touch them and all of that stuff. But hey, that's another video for a different day. So I have 2 other topics that I wanted to make videos about. I keep saying that I'm going to be more consistent, and then I'm not really as consistent as other people on YouTube, you know. But it's really nice out here. This one feels really good. But, you know, yeah, so that's just what I wanted to say. Like if you are someone who has a mental illness or who suffers from anything, like, don't feel like you're a burden, because you're not. You know, don't feel like you're a burden. Don't feel like, you know, like you have nothing to give to someone. Like, don't feel like, oh, I have this and all of this crap, all of this is wrong with my life, and I'm not stable here, I'm not stable there, I'm never gonna meet anybody. You know, like, don't feel like that, because I met this guy at my job and then I lost my job. So, you know, and I still live at home, I don't have a car to drive, but none of that is important. You know, as long as, I feel like as long as you're a good person and the person likes who you are and they like your character and they like your personality, what is the problem? You can still be living at home and have 3 part-time jobs or whatever, or have no jobs. If the person likes you, they like you, none of that should matter. I know I'm saying none of that should matter, but it probably still matters, but it shouldn't, you know. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Until next time, bye.